Stay on top of the news by listening to Nigeria Info, which I suppose you are doing right now. You're welcome again. From now to 7, discussions are on. A quick preview as to what to expect on today's edition of the show. I do have side comments coming up shortly. As I check out the news, every day from the morning period, I come across certain stories. They're not, enough. They don't capture my interest enough to want to have a full-blown conversation on them on the show. However, I do have some thoughts on them, so I express some of those thoughts, those random thoughts of mine on some random stories during the open season segment. Like I said, they're not full-blown discussions, so I would not be taking your thoughts on them immediately or now, but much later on, during the open season segment that comes up after the 6 p.m. major news. I'll take your thoughts on today's side comment and all the other matters discussed on the show today, as has been the practice. Now, immediately after the side comment, I have a round coming up expressing my thoughts on a major issue. I'd like to get your take on that till 4 p.m. Now, for business news is up at 4 o'clock. After that is Are You Gone? What is the fate of the PDP? What fate awaits the PDP? Here's a story from earlier today from one of the dailies. Just a moment while I whip that up again. Court restrains Ayu from parading himself as PDP chair. A High Court in Makadi, Benue State has issued an interim injunction restraining Dr. Iyorchia Ayu from parading himself as the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party. Presiding Judge Justice Pochi gave the interim order on Monday in the suit number blah 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 at the court by Tiride Ulatan with Ayu and the PDP as defendants. The case was adjourned until April 17 for further hearing. And the application was supported by a 15-paragraph affidavit to which it was annexed 3 exhibits as Exhibit A1, A2 and B, which were the applicant's membership card of the second defendant, receipts for payment of dues, and a vote of no confidence passed in the first defendant by the Igirov Council ward of the second defendant in Gboko local government of Benue State. And just a while ago on the news, you heard that the Rivers State Governor says he's happy that Iyorchia Ayu has finally stepped down as PDP chairman. Earlier, and this is an update to the news I just read out, suspended national chairman of the PDP, Iyorchia Ayu, stepped aside from his position at the National Working Committee of the party after deliberation, appointed the deputy national chairman, North Umar Debagum, as acting chairman of the party. Remember, Ayu was suspended on Sunday by the Benue State branch of the party. Also, a Benue State High Court ruled Ayu should stop parading himself as the national chairman of the party, pending the termination of the suit brought before it. So there you have it. Of course, the PDP's travail started long before the elections, continued throughout the entire electioneering period, and has continued raging even till now. So the question I'll be asking you in the 4 o'clock hour, what fate awaits the PDP? What does the future portend for the party? I'll get your take on that once again. In the 4 o'clock hour, is the party still supreme, or are individuals now more supreme than the party? Once again, we'll take a look at this. 4 o'clock hour, on to the business news. That's exhaustive 5 o'clock, we've got the news update coming up, and let's see what happens after that. Is His Excellency, Her Excellency, Your Excellency, is His Excellency excellent? Yeah, that's what we're going to take a look at in the 5 o'clock hour. Is His Excellency excellent? Here's a story from Premium Times. Yep, this one from the Premium Times, and it's captioned, "Why I'll not want to be addressed as His Excellency Katsina Governor-elect saying that." The Katsina State Governor-elect Diko Rada has said he would not want to be addressed as His Excellency after his inauguration as Governor on 29 May. Now, he said he would rather be addressed simply as Mr. Governor or Malam Diko Rada, and not His Excellency until after he leaves power. Rada, who was elected governor on 18 March, said this on Saturday during an interactive session with journalists in Abuja. He was elected governor March 18 on the platform of the APC. He polled 859,892 votes to defeat Yakubu Lado of the PDP, who got 486,620 votes. Now, here's his reason. Quote, I don't like the word excellency because one can only be called an excellency after the administration has ended. At that time, people will determine whether I am excellent or not. So I think it's better for people to call me Mr. Governor and to call me His Excellency. I will prefer that, and that will not put my head somewhere. I want to be as normal as anybody because I don't want that thing, excellency, to get into my head. That is why I don't want the word excellency attached to my name now, but I would prefer if people call me Mr. Governor or my name Malam Diko Rada. By the way, Rada joins other governors that opted not to use His Excellency as a prefix. For example, in 2019, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State also dropped the prefix after he became governor. A former governor of Osun State, Ralph Aregbesola, who was in power between 2010 and 2018, used Ogbeni, while incumbent Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu often used Arakuri, a Yoruba word for Mr. So there you have it. We'll talk about the prefix Excellency, His Excellency, Her Excellency, Your Excellency. Should elected officials be referred to as Your Excellency, especially in Nigeria, executives or whatever other positions for that matter? Let's get your take on this in the 5 o'clock hour. After the update, we've got headlines at 5:30 p.m. The major news comes up about the hour 6, and that's what to expect on today's edition of the show. Keep the boat rolling out with today's side comments, random stories, and random thoughts that caught my attention as I checked out the news earlier on today. Ahead of the forthcoming census, State Director of the National Orientation Agency, Young Ayetawuna, is calling for synergy from the communities to achieve a hitch-free exercise in the state. Ayetawuna spoke with our correspondent and appealed to traditional rulers, chiefs and CDCs to ensure an enabling environment for National Population Commission ad hoc staff that will be deployed for enumeration to the various communities. He said the importance of census is economic planning and policies cannot be overemphasized. As you may know, the National Population Commission is set to conduct the National Population and Housing Census in May 2022, 16 years after the last headcount exercise in Nigeria. All right, so a few words here to Nigerians, to you, if you're Nigerian, endeavor to be a part of the census. Try to find out as much as you can before the census does commence. I imagine also that those responsible for this, the National Population Commission, I imagine that they will be sensitizing you as much as they can. There's going to be a lot of talk about the census, especially as the days draw nearer. There's going to be a lot of campaigns, a lot of sensitization on your own as well. Seek out information about it, try to find out as much as you can, and be a part of it. The duty to yourself and to the country to be a part of the National Population and Housing Census, all right? And do what you can to ensure the process goes as smoothly as possible. I don't think there will be any challenges with the census. I don't think we have sensitive materials. Are there sensitive materials? We need to ask the NPC, because if there are sensitive materials, then honorables and excellencies in the country might cause mayhem. They can't control themselves around sensitive materials, honorables and excellencies. There's something about sensitive materials. When they see or they just hear the expression sensitive materials, they just lose control. They lose control, at the sound or the sight of sensitive materials. So I don't think we're going to have any sensitive materials, so there should be no problem. So criminals and hoodlums, aka structure. You that were used in the last election to maim people, to suppress voters, to even kill others. There's nothing for you this time around. You see, everything is over. Is gone. Otilo, nothing for you again. The election has come and gone. Honorable Excellency will not take your calls again, and Honorable will not need you for census. You know why? Because there's no sensitive material. There's no ballot box to be snatched. You understand? So you have become useless once again. Yeah, useless once again until another 4 years or so. All right. Anyways, let's see. What else? Okay, a quick commercial break. Uh, but by the way, help me out, please. Do you think do we have sensitive materials? NPC? Does anybody know that Honorable might be interested in? Quick commercial break. I'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Diode.
Hello and welcome back. 27 minutes gone past 3 p.m. It's still Hard Factor Nigeria info here in Port Harcourt. Discussions are on. And before I went on the break, the news item concerning the common census, I read that out just a while ago. State Director of NOA, Young Aitamuna, is calling for synergy from communities to achieve a hitch-free exercise in the state. And the census is important for a number of reasons. Economic planning policies cannot be overemphasized, by the way. And the MPC is conducting the census May 22, 16 years after the last headcount exercise in Nigeria. And I was saying, thankfully, this should be a hitch-free process. I don't think we have sensitive materials. Otherwise, Honorables and Excellencies would have started arranging for how to steal the sensitive material, how to snatch the sensitive materials. And to you, structure, thugs and hoodlums, aka structure, nothing for you this time around. Nothing come out, because you will not be needed to snatch anything. Nobody will require your services in snatching anything. So you are useless once again for at least another 4 years. Nothing for you. And then our friends in the Nigeria Police Force. Good afternoon to you guys. How is the family? Nothing for you guys as well. Nothing for you. You can't. There will be no hoodlums to accompany, or no honorable to to accompany, to go snatch, to go to rack center, to go and snatch anything or shut out party agents. Police, nothing for you as well. You know, you just the normal duty. That's what you'll be on, regular duty. You know, you won't accompany anybody to snatch anything. You won't be required to shoot to scare voters away so that hoodlums and thugs, aka structures, can snatch ballot boxes and apprehend INEC staff as well. Nothing. So everything should go smoothly. Everything should go just perfectly. But I got some messages here. Let's see. There are some sensitive materials like the recording device. That's one famous. Well, I'm not sure. But even if they have, when you say recording device, I'm guessing you're referring to an electronic device. Yeah, I think they do have a tablet of sorts. From, if I remember my conversation with Dr. Ipale Bohari, commissioner with the NPC. But it's not BVAS, you understand? So if they called it BVAS, Honorable and Excellency will have been running helter-skelter now, looking for how to get thugs and structure and the police to go and snatch them. But this is not BVAS, so I don't think that should cause any problem. I don't think the census can be rigged. That's from Harry. You know. Don't be surprised. The census might also be rigged. That's from Frank. So which is it, Harry, Frank? Is it rigged or not rigged? That is, honourables will be interested in the sensitive final census figures in their state, LGAs and wards, and will do anything to hijack it. Well, now you're scaring me. This is supposed to be a simple process. Now you're telling me that honourables or dishonourable excellencies we want to snatch this one also. Is there anything they don't like to snatch? Good afternoon, Dial. Yes, there are sensitive materials for the 2023 Population and Housing Census. It's called the PDA, which will be used to carry out the 2023 census. It's going to be a digital census, and we all know the importance of census figures. Wow. Now I'm getting scared. I was thinking this was going to be a smooth, easy, simple process. Now somebody's scaring me and talking about sensitive materials. Sensitive materials. Wow. Good afternoon, Dial. Don't forget that the population of a place determines if new polling units and local governments will be created, so the honourables don't play with it, and this time it will be done electronically, so we can be seeing a different figure online, different from the actual number of people resident in the area. That's from Amos. Dial, during census, some LGs would want to rig it by asking the staff to increase the numbers. Seriously, come on. Why are you doing this to me? I really was confident, thinking that this was going to be a straightforward, hitch-free process. But you're saying that honourables and these honourable excellencies will want to snatch this one also. Wow. Oh, so would they need structure for this, by the way? Please help me out. Would they need thugs and hoodlums for this also? And would they have to kill people this time around? Someone help me with that, please, via WhatsApp? Would they need thugs and hoodlums or cultists for this as well? And would they require for the police to shoot their guns to scare people away? I don't know. How exactly can someone help me, please? Since you appear to be versatile and quite experienced with this hijacking and snatching matters. Someone says the sensitive material for the conduct of census is falsification of figures of persons. That's from Ezekiel. It will be hijacked with figures inflated. Population is also one of the indices that determines revenue allocation. That's from Henry. They won't shoot anyone. That's from Inamdi. Okay, so there's no shooting this time around. Oh, okay. All right, that's comforting. They would to think that these honourable excellencies will not shoot anyone this time around. That's comforting. The services of thugs won't be needed for this, but inducement will be needed. Oh. Hello there. The materials will be hijacked. They will hijack the material to increase the number of people in their constituents. See, in order to carry huge constituency funds, the essays will have another round of jobs. Oh, no, bro, not at all. No shooting. Oh, okay, all right. No thugs, but with incentives, it can be rigged. All right. Nobody to call the hero after counting it. If you get that, if you didn't get it, just forget about it. They will want to show that they are on ground with the census figures. Okay, I'll stop reading the messages now. You know, it was a bright day, fantastic afternoon for me, and then you just had to spoil it by suggesting to me that honorables and excellencies will want to snatch this one as well. Wow. Okay, moving on. The irony where a people do not trust their leadership and consider their leadership, in some cases, if not all cases, to be thieves and people who want to falsify things. That's the quality of leadership that Nigerians believe they have in many respects, and that's truly sad. That's truly sad. Okay, what has caught my attention as I checked out the news today? Let's see. I think I might leave it on that note. Of course, still speaking of the census, as part of preparations for the 2023 population and housing census in Rivers State, National Population Commission inaugurated a census publicity committee for a smooth process in the state. Speaking at the inauguration of the committee, State Commissioner for Information, Chris Feinberg, who is also the chairman of the committee, said the census will help the country achieve its development goals. On his part, the National Population Census Director of Publicity, Dr. Isiaka Yaya, told our correspondent the committee will ensure adequate media engagement, grassroots and market sensitization in the state. Also speaking, National Population Commissioner in Rivers State and Chairman of the Census Standing Committee, Dr. Ipalibo Harry, said the census this year will be void of manipulation. Yeah, will be void of manipulation. That's it. 0D10. Let's take a quick listen to that.
We assure Nigerians that the census 2023 will not be imaginary. Figures we got 2006 were not real figures. Figures we bring now might not be okay for your ward, for your community. Accept it as it is because this is the real figure. If a figure comes out from my community, it is the real figure for my community. We need the real data to do real planning. Be available. You don't need to travel to your state to be counted. These are part of the peculiarities of this census. If you are from River State, you can be counted in FCT. Trying to manipulate the process will not help anybody.
Well, that's what they say, but you know, honorables and excellencies can't help themselves. They just feel it's an uncontrollable urge to manipulate anything and everything, I suppose. Okay, that's it for side comments. I go for a break now. When I return, today's rant comes up. Do please stay with us.
Nigeria Info,
the hub for information,
current affairs. With Diode.
And welcome back. It is Hard Factor Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt, the number one talk station. I'm Diode. 22 minutes ago before 4 p.m. Let's talk. I'd like to rant for a bit. Something on my mind. I'm expressing some thoughts in it. I'd like to get your take on my take till 4 p.m. And today's rant, like all the rants really, simply serves as a reminder of something fundamental. And if there ever were a time to remember this and not forget it going forward, now is that time, I believe. A reminder, incidentally, during my side comment, we're talking about the whole the population and housing census coming up shortly, and how that these honorable excellencies might want to snatch that as well. So thugs might not be so useless after all. I don't know if they will need them for anything. But the point is that from the responses I got, if I take that as some kind of a random sample, it's disturbing, really. It's disturbing what Nigerians think of their leadership. It's very disturbing the perception of Nigerians regarding their leadership. Once again, if not all, at least some, maybe even a majority of and it speaks to the quality of leadership. And the people know. They know. But guess what? It's actually worse than you might like to think some of the time, if not maybe even most of the time. A reminder of the quality of leadership that we have in this country. A reminder of what these honorable excellencies would do, can do, are able to do just to get into office. They talk about how they are for the people. They talk about how the people love them. They talk about how they are popular with the people. They talk about how they are also in love with the people, how they care about the people, how they want to improve the people's lives. But the elections then come. Let the people determine for themselves who is going to lead them. These honorable excellencies will do anything, including kill. Now, I don't know who killed who. It's not my job, to determine who killed anyone, especially those who died during the last general elections. We have a justice system that I hope will work. I hope people will be apprehended, proper investigations carried out, prosecutions. I hope there will be that, and I hope the courts will be brave enough to determine guilt where it has where it has found guilt, and sanction the guilty parties appropriately in line with prescribed punishment in the law. I very much hope that will happen. But once again, that's the quality of leadership to a great degree that we have in this country. People who are willing to, and for emphasis sake, maybe you didn't get them the first time, people who are willing to kill to get into office. Once again, people who say that they are loved and they are popular and they are on ground and they have structure, but they want to kill. And they don't just want to kill, they actually kill in a bid to get into office to serve the people. To serve who? To serve the people. They kill. And in the last general election, sadly, we had these honorable excellencies do what they know how to do best. Manipulate the process and going as far as killing people to serve the people. They kill people in their quest to serve the people. Isn't that ironic? And while the rest of us, most Nigerians, maybe you, have moved or are trying to move on from the trauma of the last elections, there are some people who have been unable to move on, who are still struggling with their loss or their losses. And here is an example from our news earlier today. Families of victims of electoral violence during the governorship election in Ahoda West LGA, Rivers State, are calling for justice. Well, as you may know, the APC campaign coordinator in the area, Chisholm Leonard, was among those found dead in the area on election day. His relative, Tabele Felix, spoke to our correspondent on the matter.
No, for now, I have no plan for the burial. For now, no plan for the burial. I am still crying. What I want to say is government help me. Government help me and find the killer. Is the eye of the family. Is the eye of my family's family. Breadwinner of his family house. I have no strength to go to the police. But the party, APC, that I told, if they can help me to go to police. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I don't know. We are confused. We don't know what to do. We don't know where to go.
On this part, Odinaka God's Power brought to another victim, another person who was killed by these honorable excellencies who want to kill the people to serve the people, Esther God's Power, who also died. That's on this part, Odinaka God's Power brought to another victim, Esther God's Power, who also died in Ahoda West. Said God's Power was planning for the funeral of their mother before his death.
Nothing that talk, but we have carried to them, we tell them, because I saw that died on that election day. I saw have carried my mother to mortuary. My mother is dead on last year, April. We're supposed to bury him on March this year. Based on the condition of Nigeria, the burial supposed to be this week. They shift the burial to August. So since that thing happened, we don't know how we go do. And if I have born 3 child, don't know who will take care of them. I don't know what is going to happen. So who will cry for government? Let them help us.
I'm sure these people can't move on right now. Well, I hope very much that the justice system will help them find some closure. Those responsible for the murder of their loved ones, of their brothers, of their cousins, their uncles, their fathers, their husbands, their brothers, I hope they'll be apprehended. And if any honorable excellency or dishonorable excellency is involved in this, those persons are apprehended as well and dealt with to the full extent of the law. I very much hope so, that they're able to find some closure. I hope so. But beyond that, once again, as I conclude today's rant, I hope you have been reminded once again as to the quality of leadership that you have. Maybe not in all cases. I would not say every honorable excellency in Nigeria is a murderer. But no doubt about it that there are some who are murderers. Somebody killed these people. Somebody possibly ordered their execution. And people, dishonorable excellencies, who will go to any lengths to serve the people, including kill some people to serve the people. Just a reminder, so you know once again, in many respects, or at least in some respects, the quality of leadership that you have. On that note, I end my rant. Thanks for listening. I sincerely hope you weren't bored. Let's get your take in mind. Numbers the same lines open. Call 070-0923-0923. That's 070-0923-0923. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. We're live on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. Let's get your take on my rant today. Once again, call 070-0923-0923. Or drop a comment via Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. Also via Twitter. We're live there as well at Nigeria Info PH. If you're having any trouble reaching me via that number, I will confirm, however, if it's problematic. But maybe we could use any of our other GSM numbers for the moment. That's, let's see, 0817-923-0002 or 0817-923-0003. Hello, heartfelt to welcome. Please go on.
Good afternoon, Dayo.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for your rant. Dayo, you see, prior to this election, I thought ordinarily that people who are on ground should have allowed the process to run transparently. But to my greatest surprise, I didn't know that what on ground, what structure was to connive with us to cast away ballot boxes in the name of starving people. It's indeed unfortunate. That's why people are saying, Nigerians are saying, all these leaders, they know that if this election runs transparently, most of them cannot win election. That is just the truth. They cannot win. But yet, they make noise all over the media. They have the structure, they are on ground. Yet, you connive with talk to cut away material just to serve the people. I don't understand what is happening in this country. Let me end up the words of Rufai. Did you win the confidence of the people? That is the question. Thank you very much.
Apologies, we seem to obviously be having some issues with the smart number 0700 0923 093. So You may call for the moment, for now, 0817 93 0003 or 0817 93 0007. Once again, 0817 93 0003 or 0817 93 0009. Hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Hello, Daniel. How are you?
Very well, go ahead.
Yeah, the man is on the line.
Go ahead, please.
I just want to thank you for your rant. And this is one of my prayers for every journalist like you that sees the truth and they talk about it. I am an evidence of what happened in this election. Where I was in my unit, all I see was police with some dogs, prominent men in a tinted glass, and they just commanded everybody. And everybody around that place refused to make any move. I have to hold the PO. Even as I'm talking to you now, the bag is still in my hand. Next thing I saw, two people come out of that tinted glass and push me down. I hit my head on the ground and I lost my phone. Believe me. And I don't know why somebody will say that it's on the ground when you are using mysterious miss. You know, open eye, intimidating people. Only God will fight the battle of this country. But there are one thing I was telling a lot of them. Life is like a seed. But every seed produces after its kind. You cannot sow what you cannot reap. And also, whatever that has a beginning has an end, and whatever that has advantage has disadvantage. And whatever that has manufacturing debt has expiring date. We should be careful about where we are going. Thank you, sir. Keep it on. And God will bless you, sir.
Good to hear from you. You as well. Via Facebook, Promise Chinoye goes, justice for the opposition in this administration is not guaranteed. Even police who are supposed to provide security and prevent the killing of other party members at polling units where couldn't do anything. Advise the family to leave everything in the hands of God because it's not asleep. River State will be liberated someday. Damiete Rakasima goes, these are some of the reasons most law-abiding citizens do not want to take part in the political or electioneering system in this country because in every election year, it seems we are at war with ourselves. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
You're welcome, go on.
Yes, good day. My name is Robin Majari Farmer, calling from Eche. You see, your rant is quite interesting and intriguing. Imagine the voices, those two voices you played, that responded on behalf of their late brother. And persons are sitting down quietly, listening knowingly that these are infractions committed against human lives, and no comment. I have told you for often time that if I have the opportunity like now, that the object of criminal liability, as is stated in the law, is to deter others from committing similar offense. How can we live in a society where people are brazenly carrying out assault rifles? Police will look the that way. Our leaders will look the that way. And these crimes are being perpetrated. That is why those who need to speak cannot talk. Those who need to talk cannot talk. People are afraid. After the election, this is how many days? River State Police Command have not spoken to mention, to brief us, because the only one they say is the truth. And I am sure this is not the case of Sugar. I am pleading that the judiciary that people always refer, go to court. Go to court. What is that interesting thing in your mind that you are telling somebody to go to court? I am praying that God should touch their mind. Let them do the needful each time the matter appear before them. May the souls of those who have gone rest with the Lord. God bless you, Dio. Good afternoon.
Got a commercial break to attend to shortly. I'll return in a bit. Hopefully I can take some more responses before quick message here. Now, do you know that no thug or killer will just go out, snatch ballot boxes and kill someone in the process without an excellency or honorable commanding them to do so? So people should know the kind of leadership they have in government and stop all this hula baloo of a free, fair and credible election. Unfortunately, they'll all go scot-free. And that's from Uchen Wachuku. All right, quick break. I'll return shortly. For more of your responses on the rant today, do please stay tuned.
You are tuned in to 92.3 Nigeria Info.
And now, Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Diode.
Hello and welcome back. Still Hard Facts to Nigeria Info, your number one talk station. I'm Di. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go before 4 p.m. The business news comes up top of the hour at 4. And today's rant, by the way, I'm taking responses on that now. Families of victims of electoral violence in governorship election in Ahoda West LGA River State call for justice. And the rant, once again, was simply a reminder to the quality of leadership that you have in some respect in Nigeria. There's honorable excellencies who will do anything to get into office, including kill some of the people so that they can supposedly serve the people. As the quality of people we have in leadership positions in some respect in Nigeria. Killers, murderers, thieves, marauders. That's what they do. Because they want to serve the people. Lines open still. 0817 93 0002 or 0003. Hello, Hard Facts, welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Nathaniel, and I'm calling in from Bonny Island. I want to say that the outcome of the election is not that so appalling, and so many people are not happy. But one thing is that because they use some of the security agencies like the police to do some of these things, and then they also use some gangsters in the street to also perpetrate this evil. We shouldn't be surprised if in a couple of months' time we begin to see a whole lot of gangsterism in the streets, and then cultism, and even armed robbers and safe arrests, because these are some of the boys they use in perpetrating this evil. They will brazenly come out because they know that they also have their godfathers who will defend them, whether in the courts or even in the hands of security agencies. And then for police too, they will also have some protective measures. People will not talk too much against them because they know that they still have godfathers. I mean, those in the government who send them these messages to continue to perpetrate this evil. But we also pray.
Hello. All right, good to have me there. 913.
Hello, good afternoon, Diane.
Hi, go ahead.
Yeah, this election in Rivers State was full of irregularity, right on campaign, where a political party have right to campaign, I have right to campaign. But somebody who has other high power, for other political party not to campaign. But the things is not an proof that he go to court will turn it down. But what's happening in this country, if they should take all these things to court, with all this a lot of proof to high court, to any Supreme Court in the world, they will turn the election down. But Nigeria is different. But I'm advised to all the churches, they should remove that emblem. The emblem are still rude. Because the emblem, when that's not for it, is made by something, it's nothing rude, having two ways that's equal.
Quite to hear from you, sir, but that's the much that I can take. I have to wrap this up shortly. All right, well, enough said, I suppose. We got the business news coming up about the hour at 4 o'clock, after which discussions will continue. What is the fate of the PDP? Do you have any idea going forward? When I return, please stay tuned.
Democracy is the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Nigeria Info.